All right, welcome in everybody to Monday's edition of Daily Bread, coming at you live right at 12:20 on the East Coast, right at that perfect lunch spot. So throw in those AirPods, and then you're probably just rolling into work on the West Coast. So we got you covered on this smaller slate. All you need to know before you lock in those bets for the day. The show is powered and sponsored by the Wise Guys Diamond Club. Be sure to be checking them out. You can DM the handle at the bottom, ask them any questions, get involved with them today. And then we're live on Twitter at Daily Bread Media. Make sure you give us a like and a retweet and a follow there if you already aren't. But YouTube is the number one spot to be. You can screenshot whatever the hell you want to say. If we were right and you were wrong, or vice versa, drop it. Yes, the Pels came through for us last night. We are riding hot on that series as of right now. And then you can drop your best bets, your plays, any questions for the show. Sosa, it's
Easy
Monday.
money.
How you
Easy
doing?
money. Easy money on them pals, boy. Oh, this Chris Paul. Listen, man, he's 36. He's 36. The fuck out of here with that. Pels winning this shit too. They winning
I
the
was about
series.
to say, if we're going to go live on Sunday, it's going to be a fire show. And that was the thing that for some reason, Willie Green didn't want to make that adjustment in game 3 to stop letting Paul get to his spots. And he had it ready for game 4. And that was the reason why we liked him on that money line yesterday. We knew Willie was going to throw that wrinkle out there, and they should be able to get there on the home court. We already got Sam drop in his top play of the day for the Mavs. That will be the third segment that we'll get to
Shout out
today.
to Sam. If you guys aren't following Sam, you were brain dead during NBA season because this dude went on one of the wildest runs. Just I think it was like 20 straight or 21 straight. Like if y'all aren't following him, what the fuck are you doing for real? For real.
Ooh, Jerry likes the Flyers. I got my Oscar Strong shirt on, so I don't know if I would endorse it against the Blackhawks, but the kids showed out yesterday against the Penguins. Anything else that you want to get on from yesterday's
Yeah,
slate?
I have to apologize publicly to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert.
Again? You already did that.
No. Rudy Gobert really hit a game winner. Like I really got to get this out of my system and really like he hit a game winner in a playoff game, bro.
I mean, it was a volleyball finish.
Not the point. He won the game.
Volleyball finish.
Unbelievable.
That's where if it wasn't a volleyball finish, I could get where you're at, but all you had to do was I don't know.
Hey, you got to give credit where it's due, man. He hit the biggest shot of the game and the one that matters. So, you know what I'm saying? Don't. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him credit. I don't like Rudy Gobert, but I will not sit on Al Gore's internet and lie. He got the job done. 17 and 15 in a big game. Which again, we'll talk about the next game though. We'll talk about that at the. We'll talk about the NBA at the end. What do you want to get into first? No footy action today, right?
No, there is. But what about you want to get into Schwarber's freak out before we get into today's slate?
Listen, if you tuned into Sunday Night Spaces with me, Commish, and Spin Doctor, first 2 weeks we were spot on with the home run hitter. Schwarber got robbed of a home run, and the fucking the umpires were just smoking Johnson last night, man. They were bad. I mean, the umps are usually bad, but Jesus Christ, last night, some of those calls that they were getting, outside of the kid Williams, the dude Williams, who's like a dog in the bullpen, he's fucking amazing. Like he's great all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like right-handed batters don't stand a chance against him. He's got electric stuff. But just generally speaking, like the umpires called a really bad game last night in Philly. I wasn't too fond of that. It's just interesting that it took Schwarber that long to spaz. Because the ump had been terrible the whole fucking game.
Well, it's Angel Hernandez. What do you expect?
I mean, he waited till the bottom of the ninth to actually spaz out, but they could have easily spazzed on the umps to start. The umps were absolutely horrendous, terrible. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, good day in baseball, good day in basketball. We look to repeat things and over and over and over like we've done for the last 9 months.
Today was the first Monday. I forgot to lead with. It's the number one show to make sure you get that Cash App or Venmo payment set from the bookie. But yeah, give us that like, give us that subscribe. Let's get into today's action. We'll start with the sole Premier League match, MLB, NBA.
Let's
So we
get
got
it.
Crystal Palace versus Leeds. Most people probably wouldn't be betting on this game whatsoever if it wasn't the solo game on a Monday, especially when you have the two managers from the MLS who are coaching it. You just got to go with the over 2.5 at -110 here. The last two times these teams have met, Leeds have kept Crystal Palace on the to a clean sheet. If you know Leeds, even though Marsh is there now, their XG is still above the 1.3 mark per game, which means they're just dying to give up two, especially on that 3-game winning streak that they're on. Crystal Palace, for some reason, they're undefeated on Mondays, but that means nothing whatsoever here. I just expect both teams to score and over 2.5 at -110. So it's just a solo over 2.5 -110. Let's get into the MLB. You got to mute your mic now, Sosa. Your joke really didn't work.
Let's get in. I mean, I don't. It wasn't a joke. I really do. Yeah. With this, with baseball. Listen, if you guys haven't been on the San Francisco first five train with us, I don't know what the fuck you've been doing. They've cashed us out now 5 times on the show, 8 times throughout the season already. Um, listen, if you're giving me a team that's plus 152 on the first 5 money line, you just got to kind of roll with it, man. The value is just there. I'm sorry. I know the Brewers are marching out Corbin Burns. The game's being played indoors. I know all that. They're also on a back-to-back with travel, and both teams had to San Francisco had a shorter travel than Milwaukee. Milwaukee won that game last night late, and they had to go back home. I'm rocking with San Fran, first 5 money line, plus 152. The value's there. Win or lose, they've already cashed me out. So I do not feel, you know what I mean? So it's not an actual loss. It ain't. But you got to ride the train. You got to stay hot. It ain't one of those like I know Corbin Burns is on the mound, but I've also seen this San Francisco team be an absolute wagon between this season and last season. The first 80 games last year, they were amazing. First 5, they're right back to doing that. I'm going to ride the train until it crashes, or until it pulls into the station.
So the thing that when I dig into this matchup, the Giants, they just have to be clean enough at the plate. Just make Burns become the contact pitcher and don't fall for the strikeouts, because if he gets his 8+, because he dropped 10 in the last one, 8 in the prior, it might not look too good for that first 5, but you're in the dog on the money line. I can't hate that. Milwaukee, so far this season, even though Long really hasn't made an official first start, it might just be the bullpen day because the last time he went 2 innings. They're Milwaukee's 1-4 straight up against when they're facing lefties, and 1-4 to the under. They're only averaging 1.4 runs per game when facing lefties. So the Giants might just be throwing out a cast of them today from a bullpen day as well.
Absolutely. And I do trust this San Francisco team. I think a lot of people were disrespecting them at the beginning of the year. I think they believed that last year was an absolute outlier. I mean, they won 107 games last year, right? No one was expecting that. But if you checked what the organization has done, they're built just like the Dodgers. They're trying to build a team just like the Dodgers. They take chances on players who might be struggling to find their way, and they fix them. That's what San Francisco has done the last 2 years in baseball, and it's amazing to see. And I will continue to bet on them because I think that Gabe Kapler's a good manager. Where was he at before San Fran?
We don't need to talk about that. We can just talk about the Phillies-Colorado game instead.
Oh, yeah. What do you like in this one?
Nothing. I mean, this is where they've seen each other recently. Both of these pitchers literally faced up against each other in Colorado in their prior one. Freeland, can we trust him that much? No. Can we trust Gibson? No. That's kind of just where potentially you look for the over 8.5 here, but it seems short for a reason, especially with the Phillies bullpen.
I see where this is going.
Well, and Charlie Blackmon has been on a tear for the Rockies recently as well. So that's kind of where, if you're looking at a player prop for his total bases over, he wouldn't be too bad of a look, in my opinion, here.
I have one look in this one, and it comes with Castellanos. It's with Castellanos. I'm going to go with Castellanos to get me 2+ total bases tonight. And that is currently at -130. It's juiced, but he hammers left-handed pitching. We saw him last night. Absolutely. He hammered left-handed pitching last night. He got on base, and obviously they weren't able to capitalize, but he had that double to start the game, and he hammers left-handed pitching. So I like Castellanos in this spot for sure. Maybe
Game of the
sprinkle on him
night,
hitting a home
Mets,
run at
St. Louis.
+210. What was that? I'm sorry.
I was about to say, let's get into the game of the night in baseball between the Mets and St. Louis. Is that it?
Who thought we'd be saying that ever at any point this season? Insanity.
I mean, and Scherzer's start so far this season, they've won them all.
They have.
And the same for Mike Milokos. They're both their teams are both 3-0 in those starts. Which streak ends tonight, Sosa?
We're gonna go the Mets first 5 run line at -104. We're gonna ride Max out here to get a good start in a I like him tonight. I like him tonight. I like Max Scherzer to get us through 5 and to be in the lead when he exits the game. This Mets team is a pleasant surprise if you're a baseball fan. If you're a Mets fan, obviously you're through the roof. When you have baseball pitching god sitting on the IL right now, not available, and your team is performing at a high level, especially in a division where we know the division is going to tighten up and become competitive throughout the season. They're not just going to run away with it. I mean, outside of the Nationals, they suck. They have no chance of doing anything. They're fucking horrible. But I think it'll tighten up when you have the best pitcher in baseball sitting on the IL and you have the chance of him returning at 100% to go with what you already have. I mean, it's very encouraging for the Mets. And also, St. Louis is just one of those baseball towns. No matter who they put out there, no matter who they trot out there, they always figure out a way to win 90+ games and be right there at the end to make the playoffs. They're always like that.
The way they've done it so far this season on their L's, they haven't taken back-to-back L's so far this season. So it's a spot where they're 4-0 off a loss. Any other games you want to get into before you get to the NBA?
Yeah, we're going to double down on the Dodgers. Dodgers team total over 5. Dodgers run line -104. It's a system play. Now it's just, bro, listen, if you watch Daily Bread, we bet on the Dodgers a lot. 1, because I'm a Dodger fan. 2, because they're very profitable. That's just what they do. They make you money all season. If you ever are getting the Dodgers run line against Arizona, against Colorado, against anybody, and it's close to even money, you got to take it. The game is the game. That's just how it goes. They're +40 in run differential. The pitching staff still hasn't pitched well. With Buehler on the mound, I think that he may give up some runs, but I think Kelly gives up a bunch. The lineup's finally gelling. Cody Bellinger is back. Stop playing with that kid, Mister. Oh, his swing is fucked up. He can't find his way. Yeah, shut up. He's back. He's right back in the mix. And when he gets on the base pads, he's going to roll fast on them. So, like I said, people were talking shit about him not being able to do this. He's a ball player. There's a reason why we let people out the building to keep him. Former league MVP. Like, stop playing with the kid, man. Everybody in baseball has a couple of bad months. It's just that it comes at the most inopportune times for some guys. Some guys, it's when you're trying to make that playoff run. They play terrible. Sometimes it's the beginning of the year. It's just the ebbs and flows of baseball. It's 162 games. You can't lose hope in a player who's elite just because he had a little bad stretch.
And then the only last thing I saw on the board today, the only thing that was potentially calling my mind, but I'm staying away from the small baseball slate, would be the Guardians on the money line today. They're just baby dogs. They are only sweep or get swept so far this season. It's the one strange thing about them, where they swept their 2 opponents and got swept by the other 2. I think they could bounce back against Lorzen making his first MLB start tonight, and especially with Bieber on the mound tonight as well.
Yeah, I would lead under in the game. Mondays are tricky because of travel. I mean, if you know that with baseball, sometimes we'll see teams that may have had to travel a little longer of a flight just basically chalk it up as an L, and we saw that a bunch last year. So I be mindful of your distribution of units in regards to tonight. Be very, very, very judicious.
let's get to the important content now. Make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, drop your player props, drop your totals, team totals, whatever way you're betting tonight. Let's hear it. Let's go through the NBA slate. You already know we're going to save the Sixers game for last. So let's talk about the elephant in the room with Scott Foster. Because if you've been watching us, we told you since day one Ben Simmons wasn't going to play game 4, even if it mattered or not. So
We've
that's
been
where
told
we're
y'all
just
that.
not even giving that any bit of attention because there is 0.0% chance he was playing. We told you days.
y'all. We've been told y'all. We've been told y'all. He wasn't suiting up this season over a month ago. And no, he's going to come back. Come on. Come on, Peter Pan. Grow up. Grow
All
up.
right. So there hasn't been a sweep yet. The last potential chance is the Celtics. You can get them on even on the money line. The Nets, you got them sitting at like a minus 110. Sosa, the Scott make it interesting, or can that not even help this Nets squad at this point?
Oh, man, this is like the Jordan Belfort moment when he's about to quit where he's supposed to quit. And he's like, I'm not leaving. Listen, I think KD is gonna figure psych. That motherfucker's getting swept tonight. I don't give a fuck if Eddie Winslow was fucking reffing the game. I don't give a fuck who the refs are. They're not good. They're not fucking good. Stop lying to yourself. I don't give a fuck who refs the game, dog. They stink. They're getting swept. Get the brooms, the vacuum, the Swiffer wet jet, whatever the fuck it is you guys used to clean your crib up with. He's gone. They're gone. Season's over. Come on. Steve Nash, unemployed. You know what I'm saying? Come on. Stop it. Stop it. And I'm not going to come up here and lie to you again like all these people keep doing. We told you guys they're not good. The Nets aren't good. They got 2 superstars and the Pips. KD might go for 47, but they're going to lose. It's that simple, man. They're just not good. You need game. No. Y'all keep telling me that, but the refs not playing, guys. The refs aren't playing. They aren't playing. They have nothing at the rim. They add Rob Williams back, and you just seen the game get even easier for Boston. They got elite rim protection. Now they can just give every perimeter player hell at the 3-point line. This team is not equipped to beat Boston. They don't have a dominant force in the paint, and they don't have enough shooters that you respect outside of it. It's just that, bro. It's just a matter of modern basketball. It's the year 2022. Like, stop thinking that 2 ISO guys are just going to carry you across the finish line. That's not realistic.
My only way, if you're trying to take a Nets ticket, is I guess you have to look and think Tatum's going under 31.5 because that's where his number's listed at. That is the sole way. And if what Jerry's saying, if one of them gets into early foul trouble, but still the depth is just showing completely in the series and the full team's winning out. And they just have too many pieces that they can pull off the bench where, I mean, it's almost to the point where Udoka's making Peyton Pritchard like be a semi-competent player when the Nets would die to have that off the bench right now.
Here's the problem with that. Boston's only playing 8 guys. So it's not even a depth thing at this point. It's not. They're only playing they're playing 9 max.
Well, that's why they can't even get anywhere else.
They are just more talented. They're just a more talented team. And I know it's hard for people to believe, oh, a team with Kyrie and KD the other side could have more talent, but they just do. They just do. Stop living in 2014, kids. This ain't 2014 no more. This is 2022. These young boys is not taking it. They're not taking it easy on these old heads. It's a different game, a different generation. Just be honest with what you're seeing. People don't want to do that. Stop lying to yourself. KD's not just missing. He's getting shut the fuck down. They're playing elite defense on him at the perimeter, and they're defending the rim. Stop making excuses. They're getting beat by a better team. It's really nothing else to it. Nothing that you saw this year would tell you that Brooklyn was better. It's just a bunch of fanboys continuously telling us that KD and Kyrie will figure out a way. That's it. I'm
All right,
on
let's get
Boston
to
again. -1, +1, whatever the fuck they want to give you. Boston money line, if it's still plus money, just like last game. Vegas wants you to be dumb and deploy your money on 2 superstars who got across the finish line as secondary options. I said it.
Yeah, I
Stop
want
playing
nothing to
yourself.
do with this game. I didn't
Stop
want
playing
much to do
yourself.
with it once I saw the ref show potentially in play. Let's just get to the game of the night, probably the only game that's going to be close, which will be the Jazz Mavs. We got 3 for the home phase. I guess people can feel confident if you're an angle backer that says when the star returns, you fade the squad. So now since Luka's got his first game back, they're back at the crib. -3 sitting out there. What are we liking with the total at 212.5?
I like the over tonight. I think both teams will get out into transition a little bit more. I think Luka plays more minutes tonight. Luka plays more minutes. He's not that great defensively. Neither are the wings for Utah. I think we get a really well played basketball game where it's not sloppy. And I think we get an over tonight. Over 212.5. That's what I'm rocking with. My lean is towards Dallas, obviously, with Luka at home, coming off a game in which we fade the superstar with one coming. It's usually a smash spot.
Yeah, I'm on the Mavs -3.
Yeah, it's
I
usually a
still
smash
think the
spot
Mavs win the series in 7. When we had the cast join us last Saturday, I had Mavs in 7. I'm not straying off it here. If they win by 1 or 2, I'll go be angry and pound sand. But I think at the home spot here, where in the first 2 games, Luka wasn't there, but both of them went over the total as well. So that's kind of where I think Luka can get. I mean, he got 30 and 10 the last game. There's no reason why he can't get a 35 piece for us tonight and cover that 3.
And that's why we do the show together, because we don't even have to talk about these things before it happens. We just know. I like that.
And it's just more of where I don't think the auxiliary pieces are going to show up for the Jazz tonight. I think this is the spot where I don't give Snyder much credit as a coach. I'm not too impressed with him in game. So that's where I think Kidd should be able to get Luka in there better and get that. And I think the Jazz might go under 100 points as well.
Hey,
but let's get into the game at the center.
The most important game of the night. Raptors, Sixers, Wells Fargo Center. You already know what I'm talking about. Sixers -8. You know what I'm saying? Come fuck with Death Row. No Van Vliet.
Not messed up.
No Van Vliet. It's finna be a smoke show. Embiid's hand is not messed up. It's been fucked up all year. Like, it's just that the media wants to make it a thing now. That's cap. There's nothing wrong with him. That ain't nothing.
Yeah,
that ain't nothing their antler spray can't fix.
I don't like to assume things on people, but I can definitely see that.
Like I said, that ain't nothing some Dare Antler spray can't fix. If you know, you know. Ain't nothing wrong with that man. He's getting pestered by a bum-ass Toronto team, and we just going to have to close it out tonight. It's that simple. Sixers -8. That's what I'm on.
Yep, you got the 8.
Would you like to do some analysis?
2 and 11. I think with the Sixers team total over 1 and 8.5 at -119, that's a steal. So that's my favorite. I like the spread as well on that, but I like their team total tonight.
Matisse Thybulle, whatever his steals prop is, lock it in. Lock it in. Steals, whatever his blocks and steals combined is, take it now.
Do you like the look that Jerry's been dropping with the Toby?
Yep, and I would also sprinkle his double-double. I mean, he's been rebounding the ball at a high clip, and I think that they understand that they want to attack the boards given Embiid's situation with his hand. They want him to go crazy scoring the ball. I think rebounding, we've done a good job of being ancillary rebounders for our team. And I also just think that the one game was just the energy at the end. And then, Nick Nurse being good for a game. The motherfucker gets called a genius so much, he might as well win at least one game in a fucking playoff series. At least.
Where's the volume of attempts coming from? Is it Siakam, who's probably going to get the extra shots from FVV being out tonight? Because his point total is sitting at 24.5, which seems a little spot on. But
yes, because you already know Matisse going to be locking up somebody.
Then you go OG. I think he's probably the one who's going to get the most increased minutes because I think Malachi he'll probably just start, and they have to just get him out. I don't like what he does on the court.
Good luck.
Much.
Good luck. Good luck. I mean that. I'm back on James Harden over 21.5. Closeout game at the center. We get a good game from James Harden over 21.5 at -104. Y'all called me crazy when I took him at over 22.5 or 20.5 on Saturday, and he cashed this out, no problem. I'm going with James Harden over 21.5 tonight. James Harden double and a win, whatever it is. Let me get the odds on that. James Harden double and a win is plus 105. I love it. And we're gonna sprinkle on a double for Tobias, which right now is at plus 170. You got crazy odds. Last year was like plus 450 or some shit like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if Embiid's points go under either, Stevens, because I expect us to beat the fuck out these baby dinos tonight. That's my firm expectation. We had the center with it, man. Come on, stop playing with us. Yo, it'd have been fun to go to the game tonight, but next round.
Yeah, we'll save it for the Heat to say hi to Jimmy, because I got no ill feelings to Jimmy whatsoever.
Fuck that guy.
You know, like, come on, man. What did Jimmy Butler ever do to you?
Fuck Jimmy Butler.
It's all Ben's fault.
Fuck Ben Simmons. We've come a long way. We've come a long way on this show. I'm telling you, we've come a long way. Oh man, fuck Ben Simmons forever. Like, I'm gonna burn his jersey. I'm gonna burn his jersey at some point live. I promise you.
You're gonna be one of them.
I'm gonna be one of them. Yes,
motherfucker. So for the draft, we got to plan out when we're gonna be doing a show. Probably Wednesday night. Probably seems like the best. It's just tough with the NBA playoffs going on. When the best time to get draft content out there is. But we definitely might have a few looks, thoughts, bring on some guests. So we'll have to try to plan out an extra episode sometime this week before Thursday. We started off the show with the Premier League. I'm rocking the over 2.5 at -110 in the Palace versus Leeds match. We got into the MLB in the middle, and then we wrapped it up.
Now I'll run back baseball. San Francisco Giants first 5 money line at plus 155. It's actually dropping. Los Angeles Dodgers run line at -115. Dodgers team total at over 5 at -102. James Harden over 20.5 points. James Harden double and a win. Sixers -8. You're on Dallas -3, and we're on Boston money line. I might even take an alternate spread up to 10 with Boston, but got to be in the Diamonds.
The Sixers team total over 108.5 at -119. It's the last one.
Let's get it. Back on it 1,000. James Williams, #1 pick, plus 20,000. Hey, listen, stay locked in with me, Rex, and Daily Bread Media. Sunday morning quarterbacks. We are doing a full first round stream of the NFL draft. What?
Oh, I'm busy Thursday.
Yeah, well, we got like 18 other people. We don't need you.
Fine. We out. Deuces.